Securing America's Future Energy and the Electrification Coalition. And I guess the first question is like, why are we here? And we believe that autonomous cars, of course, are the greatest change facing since the Industrial Revolution, and offer a huge opportunity. But let me first get into quickly about the organization, because I think it will provide some insight. The first one, and this is as we prepare to send another 100,000 troops to the Middle East. Securing America's future energy was about ending oil dependence. That's what we care about. And we believe that ultimately our dependence on one fuel source matters a great deal. And diversifying fuel sources through electric vehicles will change our national security. So why does that get us to autonomous vehicles? That's because we believe, and many, hopefully in this conference, support this idea of the force multiplier effect of autonomous, shared, and electric, and each will reinforce each other. Providing huge opportunities. So, just the four first ones before I get to the economically challenged opportunity and disabled is we did a study that showed that $800 billion a year could be added to the American economy. Now, there would be some job loss, but ultimately the job gain from the economic productivity would be large. Of course, the reduced congestion, less oil consumed, and of course, safer roads. But this really matters. But that gets to the moment of why I'm here, which is transportation leads to opportunity. Transportation is the biggest predictor of economic upward mobility. That is it. Number one. We're number one. Economic opportunity. We need to find ways to get people to work. They need shorter commutes, improve the lives of children of low-income families. We did a study, that job study I mentioned with $800 billion of gains, and one of the things we did was took maps of the United States, took different cities. Here are just two examples, Wilmington and Gary. And looking at these cities, the ability to get to jobs because the commutes changed so dramatically. You're offered opportunity to, in some of these places, 300% more jobs because you can go further distance to commute. The reasonable commute changes dramatically. We did a paper with the Ruderman Foundation, which is focused on the disabled community, and showed that not only, well, first of all, the problem is 3.5 million people in the United States are basically never leave their homes, including 1.9 million who are disabled. And of course, this exacerbates mental conditions, depression, and other diminished quality of life. And as I'll get to at the end, I'll give you the summation, but 2 million people could find jobs today, could get to jobs, disabled people could not currently get to a job due to having no transportation options. Transportation costs, of course, higher in the disability community. This is in contrast to them, of course, making less money. So, of course, we've got this double whammy. You make less money, you have to pay more to get anywhere. Lower income households, as I said before, have fewer and worse transport options. They have shorter commutes, but they're much slower commutes, if they can even get a bus to get where they need to go. And the current system fails. Not only fails them, but it fails our society. It's a totally cost-inefficient at the moment. Most of our rides are subsidized by the government. Only 36 cents are recovered through fares. In a very urban, dense city, like in New York, Washington, D.C., the government subsidizes about $1 per ride. In a less dense city like Richmond, Virginia, they subsidize about $7 per ride. The disabled community, paratransit, is about $36 per ride. And therefore, one has to say, if Larry Burns, the former head of research and development at General Motors, who wrote the book Economy, is correct, that an electric autonomous mile is about, he originally said 10 cents, maybe 20 cents. So let's assume it's 20 cents. The government could make money and give everybody in society who rides a bus 4 miles for free. In a non-urban city, they give them many more miles. This is probably the next public transit. in some ways, but it deals with all the problems of public transit, which is point to point. Most of the people want to, quote unquote, save the current system, don't even want to ride down the current system because it doesn't even meet their needs. They're the top 1%. Sorry, class warfare. There's a big ride, and there's a big problem in urban cities, I'll say. Of course, there's other issues, but young people can't afford in many cities to live. Therefore, we have this rise of super-commuters. There's a 30-year-old that we use as an example. He commutes 4 hours, 140 miles every day. That's crazy. So he doesn't have to pay $4,500 a month in San Francisco rent. This is an expanding category in the United States, where it's grown 15.9% from 2005 to 2016. I personally do not understand how you wouldn't have road rage if you had to do that every day. So I give them a lot of credit. So, as I said before, AVs unlock this huge opportunity. It has these 2 million people who can currently not get jobs. It saves, as we did a study, $19 billion annually in healthcare expenditures from missed medical appointments. This is a major problem in the United States. And of course, it enables people that currently can't get to where they need to go, the disabled community, retirees, economically disadvantaged, to fully participate in our society. So really the question for us is not, these are important questions of course, technology, of safety. But the question is, how can we not move faster, right? I mean, some people have used the example using the amount of lives that are lost. So if you count up the amount of lives lost every day in the world, that's 3,000 lives. We have an epidemic, we have a vaccine, and we spend so much money because one mosquito flies over the border from Mexico on Zika. But here we have a vaccine and we're not spending money to save lives. We're not spending the money to get this out. The government should be moving with utmost haste and rethinking our transportation system because we can't provide this mobility to people who don't currently have it. We can save more people on our roads. We can provide more economic productivity. And finally, from our perspective, we can also stop the wars that our poor boys, men and women have to keep fighting to protect the oil supply lines around the world. Because the future has to be an autonomous, electric, shared future. So that is what we believe, and I appreciate you inviting me to sort of share our perspective. I think that the last thing I'll say, because I come from Washington, D.C., although I came from the Red Eye on the West Coast, is that I think that the support here is not necessarily going up, it's going down. That it's becoming a much more ideological battle than we'd like to see. And I think if you look at the polling that we have done, which of course people are not supportive of something they don't really know. But when one lays out all the positive cases for, like I just did for autonomous, shared, connected future, electric future, and you lay out all the negative cases, the negatives go up more than the positives. So the people who do not want this to happen, which is basically the way our society has been organized around single vehicle car ownership, those people have a much easier time to stop this. And as we know in our system today, it's very hard to get things done. And so I would just really be here to clarion call of the technology matters, but I think the social, political side matters greatly, and we have to do more because there are millions and millions of people who depend on this solution for their lives. So with that, I had 15 minutes. I think we'll get 15 minutes, but thank you very much.